Hey, what up, guys? I want to do a quick review for a movie I watched a few times actually in the past few days now. Just got done watching it now with the commentary, but I watched this again like 2 nights ago. After it had been a while, the first time I saw this was on a really crappy rip on YouTube. I saw it on like a laptop, and that's Body Bags, put out in 1993. And this was quite a few years ago. I saw it on YouTube, and I remember really digging it, but I never really thought more about it. And whenever I went and got movies, I always had it in my cart because I wanted it, but it was always like 20, 25 bucks. So I just never really pulled the trigger on it. But it was one of them things where I wanted to watch some more anthology films, and I figured it was the time to check it out again. It had been a few years, and I wanted to add it to my collection just to have it, never worry about it going out of print because the DVD was out of print for years, so I really needed to get it. And I ended up getting it on eBay for like 19 bucks shipped and all that, so it was still expensive, but it's worth it. It's a good release. But basically, it's an anthology film made for Showtime. It was like a made for TV movie. They wanted it to be like a show like Tales from the Crypt or Tales from the Dark Side, and that would have been cool. It would have fit Tales from the Crypt perfectly because it had celebrities in every short in this pretty much. And each short was about half hour, so it was built perfect for a TV show, but for some reason they didn't go with it. For whatever reason, I don't know. But John Carpenter plays like a crypt keeper type character. He introduces the stories, and those are some of the most fun scenes. It's just cool seeing John Carpenter kind of act goofy and just kind of introduce them and play with some gore and stuff. It's pretty cool. But then he introduces the first story called The Gas Station, and it's actually my favorite story out of all three of them. Just because it's a really simple, almost like a slasher story, kind of. Basically, this chick, she's new to this, working at this gas station, and she's working the night shift, and it's a really desolate, kind of eerie kind of gas station. Like, not a whole lot of people come by, and you get some creepers that come by and a bum and a lot of jump scares, but there's a killer on the loose, and it's just a really well done short. I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy pretty much everything about it, and I also dig as Wes Craven is like this really creepy dude that plays a customer. He's really cool. He plays a really good creeper. You got one of the Carradines, Robert Carradine from Revenge of the Nerds. He played a cool part in this. I don't want to give anything away, but and another person, Sam Raimi has a little cameo in this, so that's really cool too. And David Nunn from American Werewolf in London, so it's packed with horror stars. And it's my favorite out of all three shorts. And then the next one, which is actually my least favorite out of all of them, but it has the biggest celebrity. Well, arguably, because the third one has a big celebrity too, but this one has Stacy Keach, and it's called Hair. And he plays this aging dude, and he's losing his hair, and he wants it, so he ends up going to this lab to get implants or whatever, some kind of thing they rub on your head to make your hair grow. And I should have done some more research because that story has this British actor that I like a lot. David Warner. He was in a lot of stuff I watched, but he plays like the doctor dude in this lab, and Deborah Harry from Videodrome and Tales from the Dark Side, and obviously Blondie. She plays the nurse in that, so you got that. But there's more than meets the eye with this hair, so I don't want to give anything away. But if you haven't seen it, it's a fun story. It's more on the horror comedy side, but it's still fun regardless. The third season or third short, the second best short, is Mark Hamill, and he plays a baseball player, and he loses his eye, and basically his eye is implanted with a serial killer's eye, and he's seeing flashbacks of the murders the serial killer made, and yeah, it's a really entertaining short. It's probably, I don't know, it's right neck and neck with the gas station. It has some cool scares in it. It has like a dark story, you know what I mean? He has a kid on the way and stuff, and a wife, and it's real claustrophobic, and he's slowly like turning into this serial killer and stuff. It's a pretty intense short. It's really well done. And I also got to point out that's the only one done by Toby Hooper. He directed that one, and John Carpenter directed the first two shorts. Um, and a cool thing is, at the end it wraps up with John Carpenter in this morgue is like the Crypt Keeper storyteller. There's like a little twist with that even, and then Toby Hooper and Tom Arnold come into the picture for like 2 minutes towards the end. So it's cool. And then you got a couple other guest stars in Third Story too. Like you got Sheena Easton, or wait, no, she was in Hair, but you got Twiggy, who was in the Mark Hamill one, and you have Roger Corman, who played a doctor in the third one. So it's packed with celebrities. I'm sure I missed a couple, but it's a really fun flick. The Blu-ray looks amazing. Like I said, I only saw it on YouTube, so this Blu-ray looks a lot better than that YouTube rip, obviously. I want to say though the comment or the audio is there was some. I read some little things about the audio, so I was prepared for it, so I wasn't too let down. But like the S sound, it kind of hisses a little bit, or there's some kind of weird audio defect to where when you hear that sound, it kind of messes it up. But other than that, it's still a good, okay soundtrack. It's nothing too distracting. I mean, you do notice it, but it's not gonna take it away from this movie, in my opinion. But you get that, you get audio commentary, but that's okay. I mean, it's actually kind of a boring commentary, in my opinion. You get Robert Carradine kind of bullshit with John Carpenter on the gas station short, and you get Stacy Keach kind of bullshit with him on the Hair short, and none of them really have anything really to say. They're just kind of small talking. And then the audio commentary for the third segment is just Sandy King, who's the producer of this movie, and John Carpenter's wife. And then you have like a 20-minute featurette where they do interviews with Carpenter, Sandy King, Stacy Keach, and Robert Carradine, and a trailer. And one thing that kind of detracts from this release is I was expecting the original poster art on the reverse, like all their collector's editions do, but they don't. They just have like little scenes from the movies. So that was kind of a bummer because I was looking forward to turning this art around to the original art. Not that there's anything wrong with this, I just really dug the color scheme of the original art, so that was kind of a letdown to me. But it's still a great release. I still highly recommend it. It's the better anthology that Scream Factory released. I know they did Dead Time Stories and Nightmares from Whisper to a Scream. This is definitely my favorite out of all those. But anyways, guys, peace.